let's turn our attention to the best 5 minutes of your weekend, my favourite part of the show. Welcome back, Tytherington Juniors, and Matt O'Brien, how are you, mate?
I'm very well, thanks, Bud. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. And the new season is well underway. We were just chewing the fat about United and how terrible they are as a team, and but most importantly, it's been another great start to a new year for Tytherington, and you've got some new big sponsors on back in the club, mate.
We have. We've. I mean, if you've only got 5 minutes, I'll talk fast, because you know what my lists are like. We've been blessed, really, in the support over the summer. I think not just these two new sponsors that have come on, but across the board. I think every team's got, new kits if they wanted it, jackets if they wanted it. It's incredible the way that local companies and businesses and people come together to support grassroots, meaning we can keep the subs down. But these two are particularly exciting in that the Superbike factory, which obviously is just round the corner from where Rugby Drive is, have got involved over the summer. And there's some amazing people there, and they're sponsoring our under-6s. Now, this is probably the most important age group at Tytherington, and probably in grassroots, because that starts that conveyor belt off of new teams every season, which, gives the longevity of the thing. So they've sponsored that, which means that we can make the sessions free. So they were previously £3 a session, but with their sponsorship, all the players, once they've attended 5 sessions, get a brilliant blue training shirt, Superbike Factory on the front. It's coached by Steve Hodgson, who's the iconic grassroots coach in Macclesfield. So it's professional coaching, and it's free. So, in the world we're living at the moment, where everything's going up, it's nice to give something back to people.
Absolutely.
So it's amazing. And the other one is Edgar Brothers, who have recently come on board as our main club sponsor. They're doing an incredible thing for the club, which, I won't go into details of finance and stuff, but it's unprecedented in grassroots football, probably in the country, I would say. So the first thing of this initiative with them is that the under-5s football is also free, meaning that Tytherington are now providing free football for 4 and 5 and 6-year-olds in our area, which is, amazing, because, some parents don't want to commit to paying every week. It's brand new, kids might not want to come, so they can come and try it. If they like it, they can keep going or try something else. So it's brilliant that these two huge local companies have sort of bought into our grassroots philosophy and providing it for people. It's amazing. Amazing.
And it's absolutely brilliant. Obviously, the companies getting involved, obviously the parents that get involved, the kids absolutely loving it. And you've had a couple of decent results today, mate, as well.
Oh, it's been fantastic. So I've been on Rugby Drive since 8 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
Because I mowed it for them. I wanted them to all turn up. Sun was shining. My lovely lines are in the grass. We started off with my son's new team having a barnstorming victory, which was really proud to watch him flourishing with his new pals. And he got 5 goals, which was cool to see, and came off smiling away. And then we had an NYSL Prem team come down and play against our under-13s. And then, for the first time ever, we had a 11-a-side girls match on Rugby Drive, which was just brilliant to see them enjoying it. The bigger pitches, the brand new nets with the blue and white netting. It looked like an academy setup, and they won 4-0 in the South Manchester Girls League. So that's our under-14s Wildcats. Ben and Davenport and the chaps there doing an absolutely amazing job. And it was brilliant. I stood and watched it all. It's all on the VO camera, so they'll all be chuffed to be on YouTube at some point tonight as well. So it's brilliant. Loads of little footballers. It's just great.
And talking about the girls then, so am I right in saying there is a new venture beginning on the 30th?
Yes. Yeah, so again, in association with Steve Hodgson and his amazing football academy, we're going to be starting a brand new girls development centre, which will be 5 till 6 at Riverside Park in Tytherington, which is a new facility that we've taken over the maintenance of. And that is going to be for girls aged 5 to 9 years old who aren't involved in grassroots football and who would like to give it a go with a pathway to joining one of our Wildcats teams or creating new teams. This is something which is becoming more and more of a thing, is that girls are wanting to play mixed football. You know, I think my daughter was actually one of the first girls within the club to do it, and we're getting more and more and more, and also some of our girls' team playing in boys, predominantly boys' leagues, you know, the classed as mixed.
Yeah.
But girls-only teams playing on it, you know, wanting to test themselves. And it's been an incredible thing for their development. So we'll be putting some bits out on social media over the coming weeks, obviously, as ever. But yeah, if there's any girls out there who want to get involved in grassroots, if you go to our Facebook page and bob us a message, that's going to be free as well as part of this association with Edgar Brothers as well. So it's just so many positives at the moment. It's just brilliant, amazing.
And obviously, you and I could sit here and quite happily talk about this till tomorrow morning. But I've got to ask you, there's a couple of thank yous you want to make, but there's also an open letter going out. What can you tell me about this?
Well, within the Tytherington community, you know, not everybody is quite as on board with grassroots football as what we are. And, you know, there's been disruption. Car parking has been a bit of a pain for people over the years. So we've created a new car park on Rugby Drive. I think there's some rumours going about that we want to turn it into a 3G with floodlights and, you know, have a stadium built, which obviously we wouldn't want to do that, but unfortunately we live in reality, so we can't do that. And that it's a community asset for everybody to enjoy. And I think that's the key point here, is that Tytherington Juniors are a community grassroots club using community facilities, you know, that we couldn't maintain, but it's enjoyed for the community. And that's the real heart of what we do. And, you know, we just want to put a few things right in that, you know, we're not the big bad wolves. We don't want to close up shop and ban everybody from using something which is, you know, the councils, but, you know how things can spread when they're not communicated properly. So yeah, we just want to put that to bed and just get on with everybody really, and everybody can enjoy this brilliant asset. As I say, it's an amazing place full of amazing people, not just footballers, you know, dog walkers, you know, rounders, cricket, kids playing of an evening now with the nets up. It's brilliant. So something for us all to be really proud of and enjoy together.
And to be honest with you, Matt, it's one of those things where I could quite easily get myself in trouble doing this job, because I think sometimes we forget that it's very easy to moan about the kids kicking the ball in the street. And I remember growing up, and there was always little parks and little areas you could go and have a kick about. And everywhere you go now says no balls. There's no ball signs up everywhere. So when you've got a facility dedicated, let's get everybody using it. Let's get on board with it all and support this amazing juggernaut that is Tytherington Juniors and all the other great grassroots sides around us. Let's get on board with it. Let's enjoy it, because it's keeping the kids active. And let's be honest, it keeps them out of trouble as well, because there are some amazing residents, mate, that back you and support you all the way.
Oh, there is. And, you know, we're not going to be able to please everybody. And I'm sure there's been inconveniences and things that we haven't done that's to everybody's taste or whatever, but it's always been done in good faith with a view to, well, if we make it as good as we can for the kids that are going to be playing football on it, the community then get to enjoy it the other sort of 97% of the week that we're not using it, you know, be it dog walkers, dog doing recalling, dog, you know, whatever. It's just a brilliant facility, but what's particularly proud, and because it takes me back to being a kid myself, is going down there at night and you see 30 kids having a massive kickabout because we leave the nets unlocked. So they've got these massive big nets like they have in the Premier League. The netting's on them. They're having 15 aside like I'm sure you and I had back in the day.
Yeah, I remember them days.
They're all running one way and running the other, and you're like, this is what it's about. It's just brilliant, brilliant.
Absolutely. And just before I let you go, Matt, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, because I'm sure from 5:30 onwards your day potentially could get ruined as Palace take on United at Selhurst Park. You wanted to say another thank you as well to a lady that's got involved and stepped forward for the club.
Yeah. Now, don't ask me why, because I don't want to ask her why, because she might change her mind. But we've got an incredible lady who was offered to be the parent liaison officer within the club, who's Jenny Bostock. Her husband Mark actually used to play for Tilly, a couple of years younger than me, back in the early 2000s or 10 years before. And she's going to be the new parent liaison officer, acting as a bit of a buffer to help parents, reach out to somebody, to coordinate things. And it's a role that we've been trying to fill for a number of years, to take the pressure off managers, coaches, the exec committee and stuff like that. So this lady is worth her weight in gold, and I just wanted to sort of put it out there that we are so grateful for these amazing volunteers, and to everybody. But this was a particular sort of one that's going to really help, and hopefully, take some of the pressure off people within the club to concentrate on football a bit more, and also to give the parents sort of a vocal person to be able to speak to, get advice over issues and support. And it's a brilliant one, and I've got no idea why she's doing it. Looking for punishment, I can only imagine like the rest of us, but it is an incredible thing that she's doing. So yeah, I just wanted to say thanks. But
absolutely. Yeah. Matt, it's amazing. Always a pleasure, mate, to have you on the show. What pleases me the most is the club have found you your perfect position as the grass cutter, as the gardener. Delighted that we finally found you a proper spot. And that is Tytherington Juniors. Big thank you to all of the sponsors, the parents, the residents and everybody that get behind the club. And obviously if you want to get involved, then you can contact us here, studio@silk106.9s.com, or you can find Tytherington Juniors on their social media pages.